And now he will go down one more time.
Wow!
Will it happen? Yes, it will. Aurora will get that kill.
The thing is, of course, how you can go to places, you can do me, but the thing is, I can follow you wherever you destroy the tier 1 tower, the top lane, but meanwhile, we still have the tier 2 tower right here at the bottom lane. Look at the 3 towers destroyed by Ethernet and no towers for VND, only damaging a little here at the bottom lane, but still 8-1, 22,000 versus 13,000, almost 10,000. Their main is just VND is on a slump right now.
And Akai might actually get caught. The kick is there. Kagura tried to run away. But the Lolita will use her ultimate. And he has
Wow,
backlines
look at
Lolita
that
with the
damage.
saber. He will go down. And I think another that is incoming right now. Let's try to see Pao here trying to run away as fast as possible. The Diggy is doing it, but no. I think the damage will be enough. Yes, it will. That was the Harley.
Yeah, at least he tried, but look at that massive damage at either. I mean, wow, Diggy is still dead. It's just either main is doing it. Less than 10 minutes on the clock. 11,000 gold lead and 11-1 kills for either main. It's like started from the bottom, now we're here. And I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna destroy you, and we're gonna win this with a 2-0.
And look at this Chow. He's actually staying on the back lines here near the middle of the center or the tier 2 and tier 3 towers.
The thing is for VND, they're not utilizing all their possible skills. It's just they're really outplayed, my friend.
And Yuji here, they're just trying to take down the towers, just trying to choke up the side of VND on the resources here. They're not really giving any speed. But
look at that! Is that show just it's like more than 30 seconds inside that base, but the thing is Kagura kills one. But the thing is, look at that intense, that massive damage that Aurora is giving to VND. She's the support, but you get the best KDA here with this game. Plus a Lord, complete overkill, 1 kill for Coco, killing Kev. Look at that sick damage of either main. Plus towers, plus lords, plus everything. Complete domination by either main and a sweep 2-0 for sure.
And either main and VND here will try to pray for a miracle to happen. We don't know what the form of that miracle will come from. But it is a step in the right direction if they kill the 0. And yes,
finally
will go down.
Finally they got killed. But the thing is, they have 4 more opponents, but they can kill any single either main characters here. And for Chow, just look at that kid, 0-0-10. Just he's a true offlane. Look at that damage, dude. Oh. Just trying to claw his way out of victory. Hellkurt, it's over for VND.
And Lolita will try to go out, just trying to deal damage to this Yelly Haze Chow. But still, they can't really do this one by one. They can't go individually. They can't rely on the individual skills.
Yeah.
They need to play the Dota 2, Mobile Legends of skirmish. I guess
Custom.
not retain what's
But
up.
alright, so it's not that over, guys. As you can see, just Ziggy trying to kill one. Helgar kills one as well, but Chow is right there killing that Harley. But complete domination again. Like kill after kill after kills. 5 to none. I mean 3 to none there for VND, and it's over for VND now.
And looking at either main, they're not really giving any space. I mean, Yeli's here. He's just zoning out everyone. I mean, how can they get out if the Chow can actually just push them back and pass the enemy or pass the enemy just like that? You can just pass down the Diggy to the enemy team
for
and
Chow.
take him out.
Yes, exactly. And it's Chow is just making his opponents like a ball. Just trying to pass it like a soccer ball. Just
they don't even care. They're just staying there.
yeah, look at kill. Just trying to line up there.
They're not even respecting the Akai here.
Yeah, because the thing is, that isn't actually they can post out on Facebook. Oh, look, selfie, screenshot there. This is what we did on a tournament.
And Coco here will go down.
Let's
but
see
it doesn't even matter. I mean, they can actually just.
They're not doing anything. Look at that. They're just, of course, trying to wait for the next wave of creeps. But the thing is, look at the bottom lane, dude. Just finish the game already, man.
Yeah, and they're actually trying to wipe out the side of VND before they finish this. And the lane creeps will actually do the bidding of AE here just by taking down that tower. And Yeli Hayes, he doesn't actually care. Getting right click, it's okay. Use your skills, it's okay. But if you don't really have the damage to take me down or to clean up my HP bar, you're not gonna do anything.
Well, I think, of course, they're gonna... Look at that Helker, just trying to farm up. Just finish the game, man, come on.
But,
48,000 versus 27,000 to 21,000 gold lead for either main. Complete domination, yes indeed. And the Kagura kill is one monster kill there by Saber, trying to kill more people to them for their victory. But look at that huge damage for either main, and it's over! A complete sweep, clean 2-0 for either main, guys.
I mean, either main, they're just basking in their spotlight. I mean, just staying inside the enemy base, not doing anything, just lining up there. I mean, the game is very self-explanatory.
Yeah.
The Fanny didn't do anything.
Yes, indeed.
Harley got picked off 4 times, or I think 5 times, in the span of 3 minutes.
Yeah, Harley
That's the thing.
Yeah. It's just, for me, yes, that's true. The real MVP of this game is really Aurora.
Yeah.
He's just trying to do all those massive damage, all those blasting and some stuff, plus the holds versus Fanny. Hats off for Aurora. You deserve that. And again, 2-0 clean sweep for either main. Congratulations, guys. Any final thoughts, my friend?
I mean, did you see the turret damage that Vicious and Delicious did? 100% of their turret damage came from the Fanny. The Harley and the others didn't actually touch a tower. So in terms of laning, they actually lost that.
Yeah, laning and hero kills.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
objectives, they
everything.
lost all of it. Yeah.
Complete failure for VND. But I hope they can...
domination.
Yeah, total domination.
I think it's better to say total domination for the side of either main.
Yeah, but I hope VND can do something about that.
Yeah.
Maybe they can fix out the next stage of our game. And of course, once again, congratulations to either main for winning with a complete and a clean sweep 2-0. We're gonna go back later on for the next set of matches. We are your casters for today, guys. My name is Vil from Minaska TV, and alongside with me is the handsome and the vicious and delicious
Butter is the official dairy product of PH Esports, and we'll be back after a short break.
See you later.
And we are back for more Mobile Legends action here at MPL Group Stages. I am Butters and I'm with,
I'm Rockhart.
and we'll be the ones to give you the action, the burning
The
hot
burning
action.
sensation.
The burning,
The
not the
burning,
burning.
yeah, I know. The burning
Uh,
action from Mobile Legends esports right now. And of course, what better way to do it than through more games brought to us today?
so I think our next match is going to be
Yeah, there you go.
let's
It's
see.
gonna be either Valkyrie versus Digital Devils Demon Kings. Wow, what a long
Oh,
name.
so another
Yeah,
Aether
I love that.
team.
Yeah.
Aether Valkyrie here going with DDDK. And
DDDK ba? Yeah,
let's
DDDK.
let's call them triple DK.
Triple D. I don't know. Does that sound right to you? Let's call them DK.
I mean, it's
Demon
better
King.
than Digital Devils Demon Kings.
I know.
Like you're a devil, then you're a demon.
But anyway, here are the players for either Valkyrie. We have Van, Changu, Lebron, EJ, Kenji, and Ognimon.
And Ognimod here just very
I-
interesting
Do
name.
you think
That he
where did this come from? I don't know.
I mean, it's Domingo spelled backwards.
Wow, that is so weird.
Wow.
That is awesome though.
And on the side of DDD Kings, it's Yaku, Pringles,
I love it.
YB420, Link, Crypt, and Desanya.
Yeah, some very good looking gentlemen right there. Of course, these are, again, more teams that are starting off the regular season with us. Either Valkyrie is, of course, sister team of either Main, which they call themselves right now. And as you can see, either Main did come up with a 2-0 earlier,
Yeah.
which is actually quite awesome. That again, this might showcase how Aether does their organization. They seem to have like super powerful teams right now at their disposal.
Yeah. And looking at the group stages, our past two games, I think, what's happening here is there is a trend setting up that many of these teams, the teams that we actually think is going to get the win, they are getting 2-0s. So I think this is what separates the men from the boys. I mean, the qualifiers is a thing, and the group stages is another thing.
That's right.
So if you can actually get to the group stages, that's good, but you need to prove that you can be a part of the playoffs. That will happen in June.
That's right. And this is just going to be the start. We have a long way to go, and if they lose these days, they shouldn't feel bad. They do have chances to regain more
Yeah.
points. Again, these points are going to be tallied at the end, and we're going to be these will determine who will go to the playoffs, and it's going to be super exciting. It's going to be a live event. More details will be announced further, but for now, we will focus on the game at hand. Again, either Valkyrie versus Triple D Kings.
Triple D Kings. Well, technically, we're going to have the draft in a bit, but considering that these teams came from the qualifiers, we actually saw lots and lots of games in the qualifiers. I'm actually excited what these players will bring. Looking back at the qualifiers, we didn't actually see Hanabi getting picked, although at that point in time, I think qualifier 3, she was released.
That's
so
right.
not seeing any play, Aurora not seeing any play, saw play earlier. That is how the teams here are just thinking about their compositions, their drafts, on how to incorporate other heroes, and just surprise everyone or surprise their opponents here in the group stages.
That's right, and part of that is mainly because the current ongoing trend where long-range heroes are having a hard time keeping up in the early game with the more
Yeah.
assassin-oriented heroes. Like, of course, that's the reason why there's the super strong boy band we have with Martis,
Yeah.
Lancelot, and Gushan.
Yeah.
And that's because of how strong they are early on. That transitions it snowballs so easily later into the game, and of course we can expect them still in the pick and bans today for sure.
Do you consider Hellkurt as a part of the boy band?
Hellkurt is the guy that needs some work on no, in the
The
visuals,
visual,
but
visual,
definitely I think we have
he's
we have-
somewhere up there.
He's somewhere. He's trying to
Yeah.
climb up, but not yet. Not
Not
quite there.
yet.
But again, Hellcourt has been prioritized as well
Yeah.
by a lot of teams. Again, it's more of play style.
Yeah.
Hellcourt is more situational depending on which team is on the slots today. Like some teams, they don't care about Hellcourt,
Yeah.
but some teams they value Hellcourt so much that they prioritize they focus their bans around it.
Yeah, and I've actually
Your
seen
team is banning.
either main just going for the Hellcurt earlier and not really going for the Gushon,
enemy
because I
is
think the
banning.
Gushon is a much juicier pick when you actually have the second pick,
That's right.
when you can set up the second pick alongside him. But here for the bans, it's going to be the Fanny, the Jawhead
Your
for the side of
team
Aether
is
Valkyrie,
picking.
and for the side of 3D Kings, it's the Mortis and the Lancelot. Two
Ooh.
members of the boy band
That's right.
getting banned out, and one
Enemy
they
girl
left it open.
for the girl group. the one girl from the girl group. I mean, the girl group is Kagura,
Kagura,
Lolita,
that's right.
Fanny, Angela. That's the girl group.
That's
so
right, that's right.
technically, they get the Hellcurt here for Aether Valkyrie. They prioritize it, and let's see how Demon Kings react to this.
Yeah, it's funny that you left out. We don't include Jawhead and Johnson in the
Well,
boy band because even though they're super prioritized
I
in
mean,
picks, right?
I
Because
mean-
they're the bouncers in the club.
I mean,
Man.
technically, they are full-grown men.
Yeah, so we
So
gotta.
there, there is no reason for you to call them boys.
That's right. I
Keep
agree.
calm. Keep
The enemy is picking.
Catch your
Because they're
breath.
men. Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
Okay, picks on the other side now. They got the Gushon. Surprisingly, they left it open. Digital Devils left the Gushon open on first rotation and they gave it to Valkyrie.
yeah. And seeing how they will try and take this fight, it seems to me that they're getting the huge team fight heroes for the side of Demon Kings. And Aether Valkyrie, they do have two of the best assassins
That's right.
in the current meta today.
That
They-
kind of tells you their plan
Your
that
team
hey, we're
is
trying to
picking.
we're gonna try to snowball the
Yeah.
lanes. We're gonna focus on winning the lanes and maybe from there transition into a better team fight. Maybe
Yeah.
because after winning the lanes, we can move forward. We can
Yeah.
we can roam, and I think that's what they're looking like. The Aether Valkyries
Mm,
lineup is looking
I
like.
do agree with that, but Demon Kings here,
Oh,
The enemy
Aether
is picking.
Valkyrie though,
Wow.
getting 3 assassins. They don't have any damage in the magic damage department.
the longest range they can do is with Gushon with the
Yeah.
daggers. Other than that, they really wanna. Wow, I'm surprised. I was expecting like at least a mage on the last pick.
Oh, so I actually see what Demon Kings is trying to do here. They picked out the Chow and they picked out the Saber. They want to get the pick-offs on the assassins.
That's
They
right.
know here if either Valkyrie loses or loses one assassin, they cannot fight. The amount of zoning and isolation capability here of the side of Demon King's lineup is super good that you can't really face them head on if you lack one member.
That's right. I mean, what's the Grok gonna do? Like,
If you
right?
smell what the Grok is cooking.
Yeah, do you if you smell what the Grok is cooking, you probably will win. I mean,
for the
if you know what they're gonna do ahead
Yeah.
of time, I think they kind of read it. You're
Yeah.
actually absolutely right. They read what Aether Valkyrie is gonna do. They want to have the Grok in front and the Aka in front, assassinate people and fight in front. But they thought like they have a lot of assassins now. So after they saw the picks, they locked in like super easy to use assassins. Once you remove the Hayabusa, once you remove the Gushon, it's gonna be such a bad team fight for Aether Valkyrie. So
Yeah.
Digital Devils definitely,
I do agree
think
with
they
that.
might have won the draft on that point.
Either Valkyrie here, they do have the Grok. I mean, Grok is a super reliable hero in the early game because of his kit,
That's
and he can actually just tank the damage and give huge damage here to the side of the Kings. But I mean,
I think
we need to see what will happen.
yeah, I think a lot of the focus on this game will be on how that Grok is gonna play.
Yeah.
If the Grok can protect the carries properly, it should be good for either Valkyrie. Either way, once he fails, it's doomed.
Yeah. I mean, they can't really go for the defensive play here. Both of the teams need to find their pick-offs, need to set their momentum, need to set their tempo if they want to win this game. This is a very tempo-based draft for
That's
both
right.
teams. And if they win the tempo, they might as well just win the game.
Yeah, even the formats a lot based on the tempo, right? Like
Yeah.
if a lot of teams you've seen, both teams that won earlier, once they won the first game, it was so easy for them to win the second
Yeah.
game because of how well your team feels already after getting that initial win. Like even if you lose, it's okay, it's 1-1. If you win though, it's like such a huge prize for yourselves.
And as I've said earlier in the second game, you need to start these group stages on a positive note. If you can get a 2-0 win, you will bring that momentum into tomorrow. Then, if you win tomorrow, then you might as well bring it to next week.
That's right.
So, technically, if you lose 0-2, then that is a very, very bad position you're putting yourself into. But I think
Yeah,
it's time.
so actually, we just want to do a quick announcement. It's gonna be Squad Rally Day on the 15th of May, where if you just log in, you can use all the heroes on the 15th of May. Just go into your clients, and there are gonna be big prizes ahead of us as well. So again, guys, if you wanna, it's gonna be a big celebration. There are so many events that we will have. Go on, check out the events tab as well for more news. Basically, just join the squad and rally. Call your friends. Have them log in on the 15th of May. It's gonna be so much fun for each and every one
So
of us.
technically, that is log in, play
That's
with
right.
your friends, have access to all heroes, and get freebies.
That's right. So we are now in the Land of Dawn. We are gonna be. This is gonna be game one. Either Valkyrie versus Digital Devils, Demon Kings.
And look at Kagura here. She's just trying to get the creeps, just trying to push back the wave, and look at the aggression coming out from either Valkyrie.
Yeah, it looks like she was aware that their blue was getting stolen, and now they've opted to counter steal as well. But I think Kenji has a better chance of fighting them right in the early game.
Yeah.
If they do early invades like this, they will have better chances to win just because of the skills of Hayabusa.
They're just cutting it. Hermit Crab here will be caught out. Van trying to run away. Link here. The Harley is there. Kagura with the umbrella, but the damage won't be enough, and Van will get the safety.
That's right. For the meantime, I think both teams will just opt for a really fast rush to level 4 before we see anything big happening. Especially for Aether Valkyrie at this point, once you get your lockdowns in, once you have Akai on that roly-poly ultimate of his,
Yeah.
it should be easier for them to get the kills, and because of what they build. They have warriors.
Getting hit. 720 damage to stun here. Pringles is trying to control EJ, but look at that chunk of health that
Wow.
he dealt to this Harley. I mean, that is a ridiculous amount of damage.
Absolutely, like getting that much damage super early on, where Harley is supposed to be the one doing most of the damage.
That means they will try to get the turtle here. But
That's
Diga
right.
is there. He's
I think-
trying to control the Akai on the backlines.
my God.
Grok will try to go for the Harley, and Harley will get out. And a lot of things are happening here, but Harley will go down. The first blood is drawn out. Crip. Oh!
Whoa, that
Oh,
was a
oh, no.
perfect wall.
Oh,
by
but
Grok.
Kagura getting
Wow.
caught out. Degi has no way to get back to the battle.
Oh
He
my
can
God.
throw out the support skills that he has, and he just leaves the Kagura there to die.
That is just an example of a perfect Grok wall. Like blocking two members of Digital Devils, Demon Kings from getting into the fight. Basically free kill. Free turtle, free kill. That fight was huge for Aether Valkyrie.
And AE here, not stopping with the aggression, trying to control the jungle here on the side of Demon Kings. And Van will use his ulti to get away. Changu falling low. Pringles here with the stun, the knockback, the ulti, and he will go down. Harley here with the kill, and that is good news for the side of Demon Kings.
Yeah, a little bit of revenge there for Demon Kings. Although there will not be enough left around the map for them to take, they will have the pressure advantage at this point. Although now they're going for a fight on the bot lane. Kenji is fighting
Level
1v1.
7 to level 4.
Oh my god, I just noticed that. Oh my dear.
The level difference here for the side of that Hayabusa and that Saber.
That was huge. Like, that just goes to show like what happens if you leave the Hayabusa to farm safely near the bottom side of the map. It's just so easy for him to get a level advantage because of he has a lot of AoE skills to clear the waves really fast, get that experience, and get the side minions as well.
Technically, the Hayabusa is more or less left alone in the lane. Just is just relegated to push out the lane no matter what happens. Even though you're seeing your team lose, you're just gonna push out the lane. You're just gonna give a certain map control advantage to your team. Given that you have this very good kit to get in and out, to get in to go for the kills and get out if they are trying to gank you. So technically here, Hayabusa is the perfect hero for the job, but I mean, they have a lot of assassins here.
That's right, and that's why they opted for this comp. Again, you mentioned it before, the Saber and the Cho. These are the perfect heroes to lock down assassins that have escape. That's including Hayabusa, that's including Goshen as well. It's actually super perfect, but the thing that we're missing is that Demon Kings are not really they're not grouping up right now. Or in the early game, it's great that you have those, but even if you lock down someone in the early game, like, it's the laning phase. Everyone is in their lanes, so it's gonna be a bit more difficult for them to utilize the CC of their ultimate.
You know what I'm actually trying to see here, I kind of vision what either Valkyrie is trying to do with their draft. I mean, if Saber and Xiao goes in with their ultis and try to get an assassin pick off, the Grok will just go in and zone out everyone. That is like, and after the Grok goes in, it's going to be a 3v5 situation. Technically a 3v4 because the Grok will be out as well.
That's right.
But technically, if they get out and they get zoned out by the Grok will push him to the narrow edges and just put the wall there and just get back into the fight.
That's right. And what Digital Devils will have to figure out is when to fight and where. Most importantly, if you have a Grok in the enemy, it's where to fight. You have to pick your fights in the open areas as much as possible to minimize the impact of the Grok. Otherwise, if you get locked down in a tight corridor with just one entrance and one exit, and he blocks you off, might as well say goodbye to the teammate you're trying to help.
And technically, if you're trying to help, you're just going to deal with the Grok's damage output. Seeing that at level 2, level 3,
that was
dished
already
out
a lot.
720 damage.
Yeah, that was amazing. Like, that was against someone who was supposed to be the
damage
assassin.
dealer.
That's right.
The damage dealer.
So it's gonna be very scary for Digital Devils. So far, I think we will have to just wait for them to get back into the game. We just have a minor DC, but again, advantages. We already mentioned this. I think Aver Valkyrie won the draft in that regard. Although somehow Digital Devils are having a hard time. I mean, technically, Digital Devils have a great draft.
Yeah.
It's just that in execution, they're lacking in terms of when they can fight. Because absolutely, you really need to be together if you want to make this composition of Demon Kings work. Especially with Kagura there, right?
Yeah.
But if Kagura doesn't catch multiple people together in the beginning of the fight, it's gonna be a lot harder for Digital Devils to get an advantage.
Yeah. I do agree with that, Rockhart. And seeing how this game is working out, I mean, nobody is really going for the turtle. They're actually more focused into getting their kills.
That's right.
They're dominating their lanes. But I think when we go back to the game, it's probably time to take the turtle.
Absolutely.
And the turtle is the very, very important tempo setter here for these heroes. Because, I mean, you're going to get gold. That means you're going to get closer to your core items. If you get your core items, you will be better at dishing out damage. I mean, it's going to give you a certain amount of HP, probably, damage, probably, magic damage. Anything goes.
That's right.
But
And as you can see, the Hayabusa is actually super ahead
Yeah.
in experience. So even if Hayabusa can technically solo ninja that.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Technically, I mean, technically,
You can
I
ninja
mean,
that, right?
Yeah. I mean, considering here,
Sorry, I had to. Anyway.
considering here that Hayabusa is now on level 7, they need to find the answers. And if they can't, then probably he's not gonna join the fight. But
He will not.
he will not join the fight. He will just take down your towers. The more levels he has means the more items he has. And the more items he has, the less towers you have.
And there's only so much time that you can leave the Hayabusa in that lane alone.
Yeah.
There will come a time that you will have to really dedicate like more than 2 people maybe just to try to kill him. Try to stop the push advantage that he's trying to do and trying to get more of a lead. Because Hayabusa is really slippery as a hero itself. But if he's ahead, that's when the scary stuff
Yeah.
starts to happen.
I mean, even seeing the Gushon, the other heroes here for the side of Aether Valkyrie, I mean, they just need to get a certain amount of gold. They let the Hayabusa do his thing. If
That's
they
right.
don't win, then probably a full-blown clash on the top lane would mean down 2 down towers for the bottom lane. So they're not really losing much if
And
they lose.
Yeah, and as you said, and I think what you're trying to point out as well is like, look at the composition. They are a team that can fight 4v5 if needed. They can fight. I mean, they can try to fight,
Yeah.
or they can fake a fight, and it'll be relatively safe.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's quite easy for them to bait a fight from Digital Devils, and they think, hey, maybe we need 5 people here, but you can have a split pusher on the bottom lane, and it's all good.
Yeah. And seeing how the Harley works, I mean, I think for the side of Demon Kings, they need to focus more on the Harley. I mean, the Harley is the one who's going to blow up someone. I mean, considering here that we have the Chow and we have the Saber, and we've been talking a lot about them earlier, I mean, the Harley here, if given the right amount of item and experience, I mean, he can pop the Hellcurt or the Gushon very, very easily if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But now, they need to stop him from being a liability. He's just a liability running around.
At this point,
At this
yes,
point, he
you're
can't
correct.
really deal that much damage. I mean, he can throw out his ulti. But, I mean, the ulti has cooldown, and you can't really throw it in a short clash. In an extended team fight, maybe, but in a short clash, you are not going to get the second time around. So, I mean, Harley here will be the focal point for the side of 3DK.
3DK, DDDK.
Yeah, but
DDDK. Anyway,
I mean, it's better
I
than
know.
DDDK.
I know. I'm just kidding. All right, so we are back in the game. That was just a slight ping issue, is now resolved, and we are back into the game again. This is still a short, very small discrepancy, but it's starting to grow. Ooh, just like you said, the Harley though. I think he heard us, Butters.
Yeah, give him emphasis. Give him the help he needs to get these items. And with that, he is 2-1 already.
That's right, and now they're trying to start a fight with Van. Van and Gushan right now fighting. Harley got taken out so easily by the Gushan. Cho will be forced to back off. But man, that was so easy for Gushan. It looked so easy for him.
And EJ here just soaking up damage, not even caring about what will happen to him. Look at his HP pool. He was damaged for one fourth of his
And
HP
he's back
bar,
to full.
and now he's back to full.
That's right, and now they got a turtle. Like you said, wow, are these players watching our
Yeah.
They're going for turtle priority right off the bat.
I mean, the Harley getting kills, giving him priority, Demon Kings, and Aether Valkyrie going for the turtle.
Waiting for the turtle to spawn,
We're
and
doing
now
God's work.
Cho initiated, but mostly just picking off, like trying to poke off. That's the weakness of Aether Valkyrie's comp. They have very, very limited poke. Aside from the Gushan daggers, flying daggers, there's really not much that they can do in terms of poke. And I think that's something that Demon Kings can start to utilize. But again, Demon Kings are actually quite scared to get out of their side of the map as well, just because of how strong Aether Valkyrie already is.
But YB 420 here.
Ooh!
Hayabusa with the kill. Sword after sword after sword slash. But here comes Chow. Chow with the ulti. Kenji getting caught out. Crypt trying to run. Kenji trying to run rather.
Yes.
And it was Diggy and Chow who run in the end. They won't get the kill.
Yeah, that was level 5 and level 6 against a level 9 Hayabusa.
And
It's just getting ridiculous at this point.
I mean, if you don't pop the Hayabusa at that point, you should just run, because
That's
if
right.
he ever gets the cooldown on his ultimate, he is going to bring the pain. And
Absolutely.
the pain is here! Time journey, but the flicker is out. He will still go down.
Wow.
No mercy shown here for that Diggy. Diggy will go down.
Yeah, at that point, Dale Devil's just trying to salvage any fight they have. They do go for it. Van does go down on that Grok. Grok looks like he's next. Double kill on the Harley. And I think Dale Devils are not done. They do have some burst potential, but at the same time, it's like what we were saying earlier. They can take 4v5 fights, but the Hayabusa will get something in return.
As long as it's not a 4-man wipe, any tower taken here by the Hayabusa will actually compensate for everything that happened to Aether Valkyrie. May it be a losing skirmish or a winning skirmish, it's always going to happen.
That's right. That's not just one tower. Those are a lot of minions as well. While that fight is going on, he's getting so much gold into his pockets. And again, I think Aether Valkyrie, they calculated the risk, and I think they're willing to go for it. Changu forced the flicker out of there, and I think they're just waiting for more members to arrive in the mid lane before they try to start a fight.
And Hayabusa here, just soaking up. I mean, if you try to go for the Hayabusa will pop you.
That's right.
I mean,
if you're alone,
Yeah, no one is on par with the Hayabusa on the side of Demon Kings here in terms of levels. He is at level 11.
that is scary.
Almost 6k gold. I mean, if you combine the net worth of the Harley and the net worth of the Diggy, you would probably get the net worth
Yeah.
of the Hayabusa.
But before that happens, we do have action going on. Gushan takes down, Hayabusa takes down as well. So easy for them. Grok tries to block off the exit path of the Cho, but of course Cho quite tanky, still in the fight. Van runs for his life, and as well as EJ, their damages are actually quite spread out, and they opted for a tower push instead. This Cho is not looking like he's doing anything, he's just looking and standing there. At the same time, while that was happening, Helker tower on top.
2 towers taken down.
Oh my
Team
God!
will go down. Yes, Hayabusa will go down, but still, mission complete.
Absolutely. Like,
He got
so
what
much
he
gold.
wanted.
So
He
much
got-
gold
yeah.
for, sorry. So Aether Valkyrie, they just got so much gold.
Yeah.
They got what they wanted, exactly.
They got what they wanted. I mean, you wouldn't really want the Hayabusa to keep on killing these heroes. I mean, look at this net worth. He is at 7,100 gold at this point of the game.
Oh, they actually start to go for it. Van quite low, taken down. Ultimate by Saber, not gonna do anything. Not much
Time
follow-up
Journey.
coming here. Time Journey popped by Diggy. But again, Aether Valkyrie looking like their HP bars are very slim. Gushan gets shut down by the Harley.
Mm.
Wow.
That is a very good pick of coming out here for the side of Demon Kings, just giving that kill streak to
Yeah.
the Harley. And they get their first tower of the game here. And AE will try to go for the defend. And I don't think DD will try to start a fight or pick a fight with Aether Valkyrie now that almost everyone is up, the Grok is up, the Akai is up, and in position to actually take them down.
That's right. They could. They looked like they were about to. 4 members were on that alley.
Yeah.
Sorry, trying to hunt down Aether Valkyrie, but they realized, oops, this is a narrow corridor. What are we doing here? If the Grok blocks us off, we're most likely gonna suffer for that. So they opted to just back off and then wait for the reset. Wait for the next opportunity for them to fight.
Well, technically here, the only outer tower here for the side of Demon Kings is the mid lane tier 2 turret. And everyone is just going to the side of the Gushon.
Ooh, Flicker forced on there by the Cho. Uses the ultimate to no avail. The rest of the members are just out of the map, and I think they're waiting. They're really scared that either Valkyrie might be hiding somewhere because they're not visible. They were hiding in that bush, and I think someone's gonna get caught here sooner or later. They're waiting for the perfect
move. Kagura won't
opportunity.
go there. The turtle is... the Lord is now up. They need to contest this. The Grok and the other... Oh!
Oh, inside the base though, the Saber goes
Gushon,
down. They're still
Gushon,
fighting.
will they get this? The pop on Kagura. Kagura will go down.
Oh!
And Kagura has been slain. Chao will get the Lord. Harley will get Gushon. And here comes Hayabusa trying to take down Harley. And Harley here trying to use the creeps to bounce the Hayabusa on his damage output. But still Crip, Diggy trying to run away. The flicker will be used. Link here. Oh!
They're actually winning a lot of the gold advantages on the map, but Aether Valkyrie still has that built-in team fight power, and they're using it to their full potential. They did steal that Lord, they got it from the back, and now they pay for it with their lives. Kenji, way too deep into enemy territory, gets taken out. Van looks like he's next, getting followed by that Diggy, and he's getting chased by the Cho, and the Harley bounces over the wall, and that should be safety.
And this is the perfect pairing for the Demon Kings. Hayabusa is down. They have the Lord. They can take down as much towers as they want. I mean, in terms of team fight, Aether Valkyrie can actually go 4 to 5 right now. So they need the Hayabusa. And the Hayabusa here is going to have to do a lot later to force out or to punish the push here by the side of Demon Kings.
That's right, so that's Demon Kings trying to catch up in gold. They think they did do a good job in trying to. It's now like less than 5k gold advantages for Aether Valkyrie, and that's what happens when you do get the towers. If you get the towers of Valkyrie, if you try to do the push on their base, that kind of stops them. That kind of makes them second guess their split push as well.
Yeah, and Kenji here on the top lane, and Didi actually just looking at him.
Oh, face check.
Ooh.
Face checks into the brush. EJ is very tanky. He does not care. They're running for their lives now. Demon King is quite aware that there is still a gold advantage. If we get caught out, this might be game. Because death timers at around 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes, is actually quite long. If they make a mistake, I think they just want to just scout out where Valkyrie is, and then allow some split push as well. Because again, first tower on the bot lane, that's the first time it went down.
Yeah.
So again, some gold is getting back into the pockets of Demon Kings, but Aether Valkyrie still has a lot of control over the map.
It's really not enough to put equilibrium on our network chart. But here comes the Akai using the ulti and just wasting it, not actually catching the Saber there.
That's right. So that's one cooldown that they can look forward to not facing. But again, Aether Valkyrie still super strong. We're just waiting for like a one big mistake, right? Like one small misstep, one victim that will cause a team fight, and most likely there's gonna be like a last tower, an inner tower for either of these teams, because either teams have the ability to like really do a strong push. But so far, Aether Valkyrie will have a lot more carry power. Because a lot of Demon King's power, again, rely on Kagura, rely on Harley. A lot of these are damage to heroes, but not really on towers.
But still, EJ here is just really trying to find someone to deal damage to. I mean, you're going to put your team into a slight advantage if you deal damage to Harley, let's say. That means it can actually get popped easier by the Gushon and company here. And still, the DG is trying to defend that top tower. They are not letting Saber and Chao have their way, but
they do catch the Hellcurt.
Ognimod, Diep,
oh my God,
are trying to run away here. Van will go down, but still using the ultimate to control the Chao, and Chao here with the ultimate, it will hit Kenji, and Kenji trying to go for the cleanup. When they go for this, but they won't. They will just go back.
Oh,
And late,
dear.
the Harley here, using the flicker, Gushon will go down. And EJ, with the skill, will it hit Harley? Will it be enough? No, it won't. Grok will go down as well. Genji trying to fight, but Link here just dealing out the damage with the right clicks. And oh, he's still alive.
Oh my god,
Wow.
Kenji able to escape, but gets drawn in by the Diggy. Gets finished off by the Saber Ultimate.
But still on the top lane, Ogdemod here with the Hellcurt going for the split push.
Perfect. Again,
Perfect.
that was a perfect split push. There was no one to answer. Everyone was super busy trying to get their own piece of meat from that target, and they did not notice that their base was already getting mangled by this Hellcurt.
And this is the second Lord of the game. If whoever gets this is going to have a fair easy time going for the high ground. I mean, the problem here with Demon Kings earlier is they got the they got the Lord earlier, but they didn't actually get any tower from it. I mean, the second middle lane tower has been damaged for quite a while.
That's right.
So you can't really put him on the table for the one who destroyed that tower.
That's right. It kind of just shows the power of the composition of Aether Valkyrie, right? Like having this multiple threat team. Like, who do you focus on though? But they do go for a fight
look
now.
at that, the control on YB420, and here comes the Hellcurt trying to get the Saber. Saber, will he go down?
Oh
Yes,
my
he
God.
will. Hellcurt here trying to go back into the fight. Try to take that, who was that? Chow. That was a Chow.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
here comes Pringles. Pringles trying to control the Gushun.
Diggy.
But Diggy,
Oh my god.
Diggy will go down.
Diggy goes down so easily without answer at all from Demon Kings. And this looks like Aether Valkyrie's game to win now. They will have minions on the top lane. They will have minions on the bot lane and mid lane as well. While at the same time, they will take the Lord. Oh my dear. That's like... I was super confused. Like, what was Demon Kings trying to do? They were trying to fight, again, Aether Valkyrie on the sides where a Grok will decimate you. And it was just like a wrong call, I think, in the
Yeah.
terms of Demon Kings. Maybe they realized it way too late and they tried to call their team back. But at that point, it was like you're already too deep behind enemy lines, and you really had to sacrifice. Against most of them did make it out alive, although that's immortality down for Diggy, and of course the Cho had to pay for it with his life.
The Lord is now out, and the Lord will actually go to the top lane. Will the push be there? Will they go for or with the Lord? Or will they go for another lane that is not receiving any attention just because the Lord is out for the side here?
Oh,
of
they do go
Aether
for it though.
Valkyrie.
Ultimate by the Hellcurt popped. It got that guy so confused. And now it's going to be 4v5. It is so scary, looking very scary now for Digital Devils. They have the advantage all over the map. Lord is pushing on top. Most members are now starting to rotate on the top lane. And this looks like the last fight.
And here comes Akai. They're trying to gauge his enemies, just soaking up the damage coming up from the Saber. But here comes the pain, and he is caught out. Look at that. Just like that, they win the game. Not even needing to take down anyone from the side of DDD Kings, but still, they got the win.
That looks so easy for Aether Valkyrie there. MVP for this game will be Gushan. Changu on that Gushan, absolutely monstrous 545. He was a lot of the damage outputs of Aether Valkyrie there with, whoa, look at that, 35% basically. Almost the same as Kenji there, who just did a lot of split pushing on the bot lane. A lot of that damage just went to heroes.
Yep, and looking at the stats here, I think it's very self-explanatory. I mean, 3D Kings got stumped.
Absolutely.
Stumped here. They can't do anything about the draft. I mean, they have a good draft, but doesn't mean that in terms of execution, it will be the same thing.
That's right, and that's what Aether Valkyrie did show us. Like, it looked like they lost a bit. Like, they did not have mages, they did not have AD carries, but they still won a lot of that game through just manipulating the map. Like, having most members on one side of the map and having Hayabusa on a lot of them won them the early game.
Yeah.
On the other side, won them the early game. And of course, they also did a lot of team fights. They fought in the right areas where they knew they could have an advantage since they had a Grok.
And I think we should proceed to a short break before proceeding to game 2.
Absolutely.
And game 2 of DDDK. And what's the
Aether
name?
Valkyrie.
Aether Valkyrie. I keep forgetting
They have to-
DDDD.
yeah.
Valkyrie just because of the DDDK.
Yeah, it's so
But-
distracting,
yeah.
isn't it?
And I am Butters. I am Butters. I am with Rockheart, and we'll be back after a very short break.
That's right.
Either Valkyrie taking game 1 of this best of 2 series against Triple Games, Ian Butters, and he is Rockhart, and will be the ones to bring you the action for game number 2.
That's right, and that looked like a really explosive game one where Aether Valkyrie was definitely in the lead. Like the majority of the game, Aether Valkyrie was in the lead,
Yeah.
but Demon King still had like small flashes
yeah.
of brilliance, wherein they caught Aether Valkyrie by surprise a lot. And I think they just need to make sure those flashes of brilliance become explosions, you know, and
Yeah.
they think they can actually take a game from them.
I mean, looking at Demon Kings
Your
here,
team
they're
is
actually
banning.
trying to take their time, not jumping the gun. I mean, they don't want the Martis. I mean, Martis is actually kind of like Akai, although
Scarier.
scarier,
Akai, but
and,
scarier.
Akai, but scarier, and the range of his skills is actually ridiculous. I mean, looking at him and the things you
The
can
enemy
do
is
with
banning.
zoning
With
out
the
and
claw.
isolation,
Yeah, exactly.
it's dirty and at the same time it's super good.
Once it's actually the reason why he's actually banned out a lot as well. Like, not just because of how you could say it's sort of there's a balance thing with him where he's super powerful early and he just scales ridiculously into
Yeah.
the late game, but how easy he is to use. Like, just make sure you grab someone. After that, the follow up
Your
is like
team
it's
is
so hard to
picking.
move. Once you get grabbed by his jaws,
Yeah.
it's so hard to move, and it's so easy for him to just
The
take
enemy
advantage
is
of
picking.
the position, and especially if there are teammates in the area, it's so easy for you to get kills. But again, bans here are going to be Lancelot and Akai, Lancelot and Mortis on Digital Devils, and of course, Aether is going to opt for a no Fanny game and a no Jawhead game.
Yeah, and I mean the Fanny, just looking at that hero, I mean, I've actually heard some pros talk about this. If you're a good Fanny, there are two kinds of Fanny players, the baddies and the good ones. If you know how to use him, you are a god. If you don't know, then you are a baddie.
Yeah, basically for Fanny, there's no
Your
in
team
between.
is
But
Yeah.
again,
picking.
they're gonna be opting for Hellcurt over and over again. I think these are starting to look like same picks, but they do get the Cho for themselves
The
instead.
enemy
Yeah.
Wow, that's
picking.
actually quite good, and they do get Akai as well, which is actually quite big. Like, once you remove Akai, there's very little
Yeah.
that teams can do against your Hellcurt. Akai is actually a good counter to Hellcurt. But if you take the Akai on your team, it just gives so little options for the enemy team to draft around that.
Yeah, and looking here at the side of DDDK, he hovered to the Hayabusa but will go for the Kagura, and Hayabusa, will he get picked? Yes, he will.
Your
It
team
is a
is
lock-in.
picking.
We're going to see another Hayabusa game here, but this time
On
on
the
the
other
hands
side.
of DK.
That's right. That's very interesting though. Their composition is super squishy. Just to give you guys, aside from Diggy, which does build tank a lot, Diggy is still quite soft despite building tanks. So I'm kind of wondering what kind of tank they're
Enemy
gonna opt
is
for.
picking.
Grok,
Maybe, or
probably.
Johnson,
Uh,
something like that, something around that area.
Johnson is good. You can actually get the pickups with Johnson in the team.
Yep.
But what do they really need? Do
Uh,
they need like mobility? If they want mobility and the kill potential, you can go for Johnson. But if you want an all-out tank, I think it's going to be the Grok.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be a
Oh,
Oh, wow,
Lolita.
Lolita.
Just
That is
getting someone from the middle of both spectrums. So,
not too tanky, but also quite mobile. That's actually a good pick if I would have another tank. Although in this case, Lolita's gonna be the sole tank for this composition. Again, we're not dismissing what Digital Devils are doing there, but it's gonna be a lot more difficult for them to execute.
in paper.
Yeah, exactly.
in
In paper,
paper.
like if you have a single tank, I really don't like to count Diggy as a tank at this point because of how squishy Diggy is. Even if you build pure armor on Diggy,
Yeah.
the majority of Diggy's use is definitely on that ultimate. Again, time journey. There's a big difference between having a dedicated tank and having a pseudo tank support. In practice, they do the same things, but again, the main supports like Johnson have huge shields that allow them to stay in the fight longer. But again, we'll have to see. Again, it's all going to be up to execution. This is going to be Digital Devils Demon Kings versus either Valkyrie. Game 2, 1-0 so far in favor of either Valkyrie. We're going to have to see if either Valkyrie closes the game out with a 2-0, or will Digital Devils get the comeback and stop the momentum of either Valkyrie with a 1-1.
I mean, I need to go with the either Valkyrie squad. I mean, they're super organized. I mean, looking at how they play, how they actually controlled the first game, it actually bothered me for the side of Demon Kings here to actually take the game 2 upon them. I mean, if either Valkyrie plays the same with a slightly tilted or slightly pressured Demon Kings, it is going to be bad for them. They need to keep their composure. Demon Kings here, they don't need to get faced but what has happened on game 1. Just let it go, move on to another game.
That's right. And looking again so far, safe starts for both teams here. Opting for a duo lane on the bot lane with Saber and Akai for Valkyrie. Meanwhile, the rest of Demon Kings are still thinking and deciding where they will go. And I think they're starting to rally on bottom lane, but I don't expect anything to happen on bot.
Yeah, and Pringles here is just trying to toy with the Saber, but Saber will get out. And this is a 3-man rotation. Actually, make that a 4-man rotation for the side of Demon Kings here. And it seems to me that they are being super reactive, although some of them are getting trying to go get ganks now. But seriously, these heroes are not ready for that jungle consumption. I mean, there are a lot of heroes here who has the retribution, but still, on the bottom lane, Pain is being thrown out, but the Pain will not get a follow-up.
That's right. So far for Kenji, it's going to be a bit more difficult on top lane though, because they will need they will need at least a Cho ultimate if they want to start the pick-off, and that's going to be Lolita face-checking. Goshan follows suit. Kenji forced to use the ultimate just to escape, but still finds their mark. Flicker out there by Van on that Cho, and no kills whatsoever will be happening. But again, most of those resources will be used up to get out of the game. Get out of the fights instead.
So another pause has been thrown out. I don't know the specifics of this issue, but I mean, looking at their drafts, I mean, I think the Harley is the either Valkyrie carry.
That's
At
right.
the same time, for the side of Demon Kings, it's going to be the Hayabusa, probably.
It's gonna be a bit more difficult, easier for either, since they have good tempo, to maybe skyrocket the Harley into a better lead compared to last game where Harley looked like he was just trying to survive a lot of the time and not really using the ult to assassinate, and mainly using the ult just to scare people off. So that's kind of actually a concern that I have with the last game. That's something that we're gonna have to look forward to as this game progresses, like that Harley status.
I mean, Lolita here, looking at now, I'm actually looking at the lineup of either Valkyrie. Lolita needs to hit one good ulti, and with that good ulti, all of the heroes, they have their damage bursts here, and they do have the Hayabusa Nakagura, and they have a lot of team fight capability here that is enabled by the Yin Yang overturn of Nakagura and the ultimate of who's this? Diggy.
That's right. And of course, Diggy Ultimate will only do so much, especially right now where they're trying to force fights early on level 4, level 5. It's actually quite scary. But again, we will be going into a small pause for the meantime. I hope you guys bear with us. There's just some slight ping issues that are occurring. But again, let's talk about how Demon Kings are gonna get back into this game. I think Demon Kings are quite still in contention so far. It's just that we will need to wait for some spark of brilliance. Again, they're being proactive, but right now, Demon Kings are getting slaughtered.
Lolita here and the Gushon just getting punished.
Oh, the Kagura
But
ultimate
Kagura,
though.
Yin Yang overturn, will it pop? No, it won't. Yangu here will actually get out. No, that's not Yangu. That is Changu.
That's
But he is
right.
the Harley. He will get out. That's the thing that matters.
Wow, that is super surprising. Like, either Valkyrie got an easy win already,
Oh.
but somehow they just lost it. They got caught on the end side. That was Hellkurt dying straight off. Like, the first kill that Kagura threw away, he died almost immediately. And that was just super scary for them, though. So, again, that's Digital Devils, Demon Kings, kind of just doing a small revenge. Although, again, they have a long way to climb, but it's a start.
I mean, Link here will just try to get anything that they can get. Any kind of gold is good gold as long as you're not getting picked off. But the turtle here is the second objective, or the first objective here for the side of Demon Kings. And AE will try to go for that counter initiation. And here comes the Chow. Who will get this? Oh my goodness, look at that. Kagura will get it. The ulti coming out from the Chow. And Chow, will he get out? The two-man knock-up, but still, nothing happens. Demon Kings get the turtle without even getting contested. But here on the top lane, we see certain action, and Hellkurt will take down that Hayabusa.
So easy for them though, but on the bottom side though, Digital Devils tries to take an objective of their own. Everyone is quite low, so maybe if the Saver tries to fight, he may get one at least, maybe that Lolita, but again, this is just Demon Kings playing very, very safely so far. Akai is inbound on bot lane though, he dives on a lot of members. Lolita is locked down on the wall, but still very, very tanky.
And here comes AE. They will try to go and get the pick off, but Kagura just going in, trying to get the kill on that Saber. Hellkurt, on the other hand, is falling really, really low. And Hayabusa will get the revenge kill on this Hellkurt.
Despite that, again, Demon King still quite in the lead. We do have a lot of ground to catch up. There is like a very, very small 1k gold lead for Demon Kings. But this looks like a start. This is what Demon King actually needs to do. They just need to start taking fights on the map where either Valkyrie is not ready. That's how they're getting advantage on the top lane.
Oh, Ognimond is trying to take down Link, and Link here. Nothing will happen, but
Oh,
look at
lockdown.
that. Lock to the wall, to
Wow.
the window, to the wall. And, oh my goodness, Kenji here getting popped like a pimple. Ah, Lolita with the ulti.
That is perfect.
I mean, they didn't even need it.
That's
they,
right.
they have perfect damage to take him down, but still, better safe than sorry. Just go for it.
Absolutely. Like, I love how they executed that. But both sides of the map,
Yeah.
actually, they did that at the same time. That it must have been so difficult to shot call that if they only had one shot caller. But while that was happening, either Valkyrie does get a tower on bot, that kind of equalizes the gold. Man, this game is just so close.
Oh, but the turtle here is there trying to steal it, but Link, oh my goodness, he is pushed back, but still, Akai will go down first, and Van trying to run away. Chow with the flicker, he's trying to get away, but here comes the chase. Link here, what is he doing? What are you doing? Why did you dive? My goodness.
That
Oh,
was surprising. Link
Ah!
just tried to stay under the tower so far. That might have been a small misplay there, but we will have to just pause and find out. Man,
I mean, was that a lag?
that was most likely a lag.
Like-
That was like, if that wasn't, man, that was just one of the worst ever. Worst dives ever, just standing there and attacking. So, again, we'll have to wait for it for a bit.
I
We'll
mean,
try to.
considering how they actually oh no, my bangs is just falling off. But looking at how they won the fight, they didn't even need the chow kill.
Exactly.
Like seriously, you can just let him get away. He's not gonna do anything. You can still push your lanes, even though you can get it as a bonus, but you don't really need it. But then again, we saw him just going in and just Take me, take me. I am a free kill.
Yeah.
Take me, and he goes down.
Definitely a lag issue there. But again, we'll have to look and see about. Let's talk about the ones that happened before that, that slight lag. So let's look at what Digital Devils were doing at most of those times where they were fighting. They were fighting on separate parts of the map, and they still quite got the lead. That was actually quite amazing how they did that. A lot of that was credited. I would credit a lot of that to their Akai actually. The Akai not doing as good as he should right now. So I'm super surprised that they didn't get a lot more from that. So far, Digital Devils doing a good job trying to catch up. They got the lead a lot, but Aether Valkyrie always tries to do something about it. That's a good thing about Aether Valkyrie. Once they see something happening on one side of the map, they look like, hey, maybe we can take advantage maybe on a global objective. That's exactly what they did. That's actually super good.
I do agree with what you said, but I mean, looking at how either Valkyrie is trying to control the phase of the game, I mean, there is no clear winner here in this game. I mean, for the side of either Valkyrie and the Demon Kings, yes, this is a 5 to 6 difference in terms of kills, just one. But in terms of net worth, I think it's like 1k to 2k gold difference. But I mean, you can't really say who's gonna win.
That's right.
I mean, this is anybody's ball game, and we might see our first 1-1. We got two
Yeah.
zeros, and we haven't got a 1-1. Is this the first 1-1 of our group stages?
Yeah, so far with how Digital Devils are performing, it's looking a lot better compared to what they had earlier, where they were kind of just running around the map, well, not really getting much accomplished for most of the part. They again, like I said earlier, they did have flashes of brilliance in their play,
Yeah.
but it was not super consistent. Maybe if they consistently pressure Aether Valkyrie with their composition, it's a possible 1-1 to be honest. But Aether Valkyrie still has some bullets left in their guns chambers for sure. They do have the Akai, which we saw earlier when we fought tank versus tank. It's definitely Akai is definitely ahead despite Lolita having a shield. Now we're back in the game though.
And look at that. Look at the... What was that?
That was just Van just trying to get away. I think he thought he was in the wrong position. It's super funny how
Did
that
you
guy...
see the length?
Yeah, he did.
The distance? The
He
chow,
flew.
the chow, and was that the Lolita or the Kagura?
Right.
The distance they traveled?
That was funny.
That was from wall to wall.
It's actually good that they did reset. I think both teams want to do a reset on the map so far. That was just mostly for safety. So right now, Aether Valkyrie still has a lot of control, especially around the turtle side area. They will have to wait. Most likely, Lord is gonna spawn very, very soon. So something that we'll have to look forward to as this game progresses is how well can Aether Valkyrie keep control of the map. Because first game, they had a lot of control. Consistently, they all game they had control of the map. Demon Kings was always camping their jungles. That's how good they were at controlling. But right now, Demon Kings has more freedom compared to game 1.
Yeah.
And that could translate to better objectives for them.
And we're kind of seeing ceasefire from
Yeah,
these
small
teams.
ceasefire from both teams.
Yeah. They're really trying to
Ooh.
set up their tempo, and as we said, ceasefire, but that doesn't stop them from getting these easy kills.
That's right. Easy kill there from either Valkyrie under tower. Cho just using the power of his ultimate, not really to kill, but to zone out. Kagura tries to dive in on Chang. Chang very, very low. Gets taken out by the Gushan. Gushan is here. He is going to fight Van 2v1. And Van very, very tanky on that. Cho will look like he's going to get out of the way.
Actually getting this kills, I mean, another boss, and I think they are really having lag issues right now. I mean, it's sad to see that this is happening right now,
Of course,
but
yeah.
I mean, we're going to find the right configuration for this. I mean, it is not a good game if all of those kills are due to lag. And we got one kill that's like that in the middle lane.
That's
And
right.
I hope we actually get away from these kinds of pickoffs. Hmm.
So while we're waiting for that, again, we just want to do a short announcement. Squad Day on May 15th. I hope you guys log in for that. Aside from prizes, we will also have we will have an event where all the heroes of Mobile Legends will be usable to any of you guys. So again, just try to log in on that day, and you also check the events tab for a lot of cool stuff that you can win. We have like a lot lined up for you on that day. So
Yeah.
again, just wait for Mobile Legends just follow us. Follow us on Facebook right there. There might be a like button somewhere on top, and you will find out those announcements very, very shortly.
I mean, play with your friends. You have access to all heroes. I mean, if you have a friend that is trying to get in Mobile Legends and you want to teach him the certain heroes that you like or beginner heroes that you want him to play, now is the perfect time to do it. You get freebies
Absolutely.
for doing it, and probably you will get new friends or your friends to play with. So technically, you get new playmates, new skins, and probably new heroes and a lot of freebies for that May 15 event.
That's right. Those freebies will be secret, but again, just tune in to Mobile Legends Facebook page for more details. So, so far the game's progression is actually pretty much the same. We are looking at how uh, Digital Devils looks like they're in the lead, right?
Yep.
But can they close out a game with this composition that they have? Look at that. Akai is just so hard to find in these fights. The only way that Digital Devils usually can get kills is if they fight without the Akai in presence. But if the Akai is there, there's definitely a lot of ways for them to handle the push that Digital Devils can do. So Aether Valkyrie still in this game, very, very much so. Despite having a better control of the map, Aether Valkyrie already had the gold lead while all of that was happening actually.
Yeah. And we're going to see a skirmish probably here. Chow is the first one to actually go for the invade. They might actually get Link here. Link is the target, and Harley just dealing damage on the backlines. And EJ with the ulti, will he throw it out? And Van just getting out. They're not really committing anything here.
Yeah, at this point, this is just Demon Kings being super, super reactive and there's just not much that they're doing to counter Aether Valkyrie's push. And now they're fighting near the Lord on the bottom lane tower, gets the Diggy Force in, but Van is super tanky. He's super confident on the back line though. He's fighting two people on one, while the rest of his team is going for the tower.
And here comes Gushon. Gushon is the first one to go down. Pringles is the next target. Will he go down? The flicker will be used. And let's see, AE here wants the win. They want to take this down. They're trying to finish the game, but no! Demon Kings, they're trying to fight, and they will push it back. But still, Harley is trying to run away. Time journey here.
Oh, just in the nick of time. Saves Kagura's life. Definitely, Harley Ultimate would have killed her. Diggy forces the time journey, getting forced to use the time journey to save
Technically,
him.
that is fake hype.
That's right. So close though.
Almost taking it down, but still hype for Demon Kings. They actually stopped Aether Valkyrie on their tracks to winning this game.
That was super duper close. Like Chago could have taken, maybe he could have used his attack damage to try to force a fight from Aether Valkyrie, but instead opts to go for the safer route and have the team not wiped out. Kenji's super strong on this Hellcurt though. Once these minion waves hits towers, Kenji's gonna have a lot of power to take down.
We're actually seeing something here. Lolita
Ooh,
trying
very, very
to get
sneaky
away. Kenji here. That is a level 9 Lolita against a level 14 Hellcurt. And look at the damage output coming out from the Hellcurt here. He is isolated. He is left alone. And Lolita will go down. Van, will he use his ulti to misplace or misposition someone here? No, he won't, and they will just go for the tower.
That's right. So
Tower
this
is
is
key.
this is gonna be a very, very easy tower here for Aether Valkyrie. But will Demon Kings try to fight for it though? I think they do. Van picks up the Diggy. Diggy forces to use the time journey, and they fight under tower. Most of Aether Valkyrie's members disappear because of the power of discussion. Wow, that is so good. I'm actually a bit surprised that happened. Like, Aether Valkyrie, despite having such a huge lead, already disappears from the damage output that the Gushan provided. They were just clumped up together. So much of that, in a lot of that fight, that they looked like paper, man.
I mean, looking at how they are trying to stop the push coming out here from the side of Aether Valkyrie, it seems to me that Aether Valkyrie rather, I'm sorry about that, is trying too hard to actually win this. As long as the time journey is still there and it's active, they can't really fight. I
That's
mean,
right.
if they actually deal so much damage, but when Diggy pops his ultimate, it reverses the tide of the clash.
That's right, that Diggy ultimate doing so much for Demon Kings, stopping the advances of the Akai, stopping the advances of that. Oh!
Sneaky
While that
play.
was happening though, sneaky plays there by Chagu. Chagu knew that the tower just one hit away, and that's gonna be more minions
If
for...
they take down Diggy, this will be big. They can take him down. This is big, but time journey will be popped. Oh no, but no time journey. They just need to get away. Van.
Oh, Lolita
look
ultimate
at this.
blocks
Look at
the exit.
Oh, Saber will go down, and Van is the next target. Chow, will he get away? Yes, he won't. Yes, he won't.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
won't.
got tied down by the Diggy first, and now Hayabusa is gonna be on top. This is gonna be like a small deja vu to what happened earlier, but this time there's a Hellcurt to answer the Hayabusa push. Hayabusa gets destroyed by that Hellcurt.
Oh, here comes EJ, and Diggy will go down. But still, they lack two heroes. Will they actually try and fight this? Well, they do have the Lord. So technically, they have this certain advantage. It's a 3v3 situation. They still have the Harley and the Hellcurt. Their damage output isn't affected that much. But the Lord will be the great equalizer here for the side of Aether Valkyrie.
That's
If
right.
you have the advantage and this is your base and you've been pushing us out a lot, then this Lord might be the answer to all our problems. But still, they're trying to hold on. Demon Kings, look at that damage output. But still, one fell swoop from that Lord will be enough to take the game.
That's right. I think they were just waiting for the Hellcurt to touch the main core there. But again, this is gonna be an MVP for that Harley. Super easy win. Looks like it. They got a lot of objectives in that game. They split up Demon Kings so well. Demon Kings did have good fight in their system. They used the Diggy ultimate to its full potential. It's just that everyone was just super squishy, like I predicted early on in the game. Like, if once the Lolita goes down, your team is just gonna start running in all directions, and I think that came true right off the bat. So a lot of congratulations to Aether Valkyrie securing a 2-0 against the Digital Devils Demon Kings. More of that fight was just, a lot of that fight was just tremendous map control by Aether Valkyrie. Despite being down in the earlier stages of the game, they still got a lot in their plate once they reached mid-game, once they realized the power of that Hellcurt, and I think that's what caused them to win the game.
Actually, we have another 2-0 in our hands. I mean,
Absolutely. And
is-
it's not as one-sided
Yeah.
as earlier though.
it's not as one-sided as earlier games, but still, I think this is the momentum factor for everyone. Like, if you win game 1, you have this certain edge to win game 2. That's not the case when we actually casted for the qualifiers.
That's
because
right.
even if you win game 1, the
There
enemy
was
team
a chance, yeah.
the enemy team is going to get game 2 and probably win game 3. But now it's a sweep. It's always a sweep.
It's guys. It was actually supposed to be. It was super close.
Yeah.
Considering who were fighting, we had Aether Valkyrie there. With the Akai, who was not always in the fights in the beginning of the fight, there were so many chances for them to get wins for themselves. Again, that was. We're gonna have a look at the scoreboard here. Dale Devils, Demon Kings is gonna join Vicious, Delicious, and Invictus Gods on the bottom of the ladder for today, while White Rascals, Aether Valkyrie main, and Aether Valkyrie are gonna join themselves on the top of the standings. That's gonna be 2-0 for the day. Again, we are not done for the day. We still have more games to come. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was actually quite a monstrous game, monstrous demonstration from both teams. And we have more coming in store for you. This is the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League. I am Rockhart from Neski TV. This is
Butters, the official dairy product of PH Esports, and we'll be back after a short break.
an enemy. You have been slain. Team destroyed a turret. An ally has been killing spree. Initiate retreat. You have slain an enemy. Initiate retreat. You have slain an enemy. You have been slain. The enemy has slain the turret. Has been slain. An ally has slain the turtle. Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret. An ally has been killing spree. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Slain. First blood. You have slain an enemy. You have been slain. The enemy has slain the turtle. Has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has slain the turtle. Enemy killing spree. Your team destroyed the turret. An ally has been slain. have been slain. Blood. You have slain an enemy. You have been slain.
Hello guys, and we're back to the regular season of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League. We are your casters for today. My name is Villa from Mineska TV, and alongside with me is the handsome
Rock Hard from Mineski TV
Yeah.
as well. Welcome, guys, and this is going to be a great game.
Yes,
We just
indeed.
saw how Aether Valkyrie dismantled Digital Devils Demon King systematically, and now this is going to be a game between sister teams. It's going to be OBS Gaming versus OBS Raven.
These are the battles of the two O's, my friend.
Yeah, a lot of O's in this game.
Yeah, and a lot of Q's as well.
A lot of O's. One's OG and one's OR. So it's gonna determine which team is gonna be on top of the standings in terms of power in these organizations. This is gonna be Obsidian Gaming, led by Dian, Jeff QT Forever, Zapnu, Pakbet, YOLO, and Geo.
And of course, for the other Obsidian Raven, it's May Burning. I'm gonna call you. Okay, I'm gonna call you Dale. Thing. And of course, Basha. It's Obsidian Raven. It is Obsidian, not Obsidian. It's Obsidian
Obsidian,
Raven
that's correct.
versus Obsidian
Obsidian Gaming.
Gaming. All right.
Basically, like a Team A, Team B kind
Yeah.
of thing going on.
So who's
here.
the team A? It's gaming.
It
of
should be
course.
gaming. Yeah. Usually the ones that have that carry the flagship
Mm-hmm.
would be the ones like what you see here.
Alright.
Of course, the one of the most popular of that is gonna be Zapnu. Really big in the
Yeah, I know,
community
yeah,
as a Mobile Legends player, and of course now definitely professional. We're gonna be getting into the game very very soon.
I'm actually excited. It's like the battle of the sister team is like the other know the I mean
Yeah,
the
this
strategy
was,
of the others, yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be two teams who are basically under the same organization
Mm-hmm.
that usually would train together, would scrim together,
Yeah, it's like
and would sometimes they would share coaching
thoughts
staff
and
as
stuff,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
practice partners. They know the movements of other players of their opponents as well. So it's up to their also. You should have your pocket strategies or whatever you have your out of this world strategies for you to win this.
That's right. Definitely, it's something that you will have to watch out for, especially if your teams who are very visible to each other. You will have to find ways in order to surprise them, or maybe they would be familiar with each other's strategies. Maybe they would just have to execute a lot better. That's one of the ways that these kinds of fights can pan out.
Well, this is happening also in the real life. It's like your weakness is your sister team.
That does happen a lot.
Yeah.
That is correct. That's something that we will have to see which one of these teams are going to be facing off. But again, if you guys are wondering, these are the teams. They are actually live in our location right
Yeah.
now. They will be playing
As you
in
can see.
our studios. Very, very dashing gentleman right there.
Like hopefully on the next episodes or like tournaments, we're gonna have their names below.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's have that someday. Of course, a lot of
look at
them will
them.
be.
Well, apparently on the left side they are the Obsidian Gaming because
That's
they're wearing
right.
the black and red shirt, and I'm actually excited about this. Hopefully, we're gonna see and witness a big, explosive, interesting match between Obs Gaming and Obs Raven, and later on we're gonna check out all the drafts that they will make.
Absolutely. And of course, don't forget, if you're sharing this, please do share and like the stream, react with all your comments on the bottom of the screen, and use the hashtags BeLegendary,
Yes, indeed.
hashtag MPL 2018. Do not forget, also, we will be having May 15 event, Squad Day,
Squad
which
Day.
where again, you can use all of the heroes in Mobile
Yes.
Legends for that day. Show off your talent to your friends, maybe invite over some new people and allow them
indeed.
to experience mobile gaming at its best.
And also, you can team up with 5 and challenge the MLBB devs.
That's right.
For you to win prizes, and of course, if you play on that day, you can win prizes like diamonds and any other Mobile Legends bang stuff.
Yeah. Again, all of those will be on the events page of your in-game client. So again, this is something that you will have to look forward to as the days will progress. Again, we'll be doing the regular season consistently, something that you will have to watch out for. And right now, we are in with the first day of the regular season. So far, it's been so good. A lot of the teams have been 2-0 right now. And right now, although before talking about that, picks and bans are already locked in.
Alright.
Bans are locked in. Angela and Gushan going to be for Obs Gaming. We're going to call them OG for short. they're the OG.
I'm gonna call you OG versus OR.
Yeah, the
Apparently.
OG Obsidian.
the
If
OG
that's a thing.
Oh, OG Gaming.
That's right. So, on the other side, though, Martis and Lancelot locked down for Raven. They do have the option to pick Johnson maybe on this other rotation, or maybe something more of an assassin. Akai and Cho has been locked in for Raven, and
Yeah.
Jawhead is
You can
locked
see
in
this
for
guy.
Obs Gaming.
Like-
Sorry.
Okay, these guys. All right. We're gonna. We'll try to caress you while
There
you're
you go.
playing, my friend.
So there, right now locked in is Zapnu is locking the
Yes.
what?
I'm trying to caress you. You will win.
happening?
You will win.
All right. Zapno, oh, Fanny, I love this. Fanny has been let go
Yeah.
and allowed into rotation by Obs Raven, giving that over to Zapnu and Hellkurt as well.
Well, the thing is, this is a first. It's like this is the first that someone picked Fanny, and the next is Akai.
That's right. Despite not, it's really good to have them on the same team.
Yeah.
But somehow both teams, a lot of the professional teams are opting to not have them together
Yes,
somehow.
indeed. But
They're
yeah,
sorry.
you first.
They're prioritizing a lot of Akai and they're like splitting up the prioritization for Akai and
Yeah.
Fanny a lot.
And the thing is, you can see on the OR side, like the Obs Raven, they have all the heroes that can shut down or like that can stun or hold Fanny. They have Saber, they have Cyclops, they have Akai, and they have Cho also. But I'm actually waiting for the last pick. Maybe it's Aurora, I guess. It could be, but
We're
let's
looking for
see.
maybe something like an assassin because they are
Yeah.
lacking a
It
bit
is
in damage.
Lapu Lapu,
Whoa.
wow,
Wow, that is surprising.
Lapu Lapu.
I'm looking at
interesting.
Obs Gaming right now, and they have a pretty balanced composition. They do have a lot of support for that Jawhead and Hellkurt
It is, yeah.
in terms of the Diggy, and of course, this Fanny is something that we're gonna have to look at as the game progresses. Where how far can Fanny go in terms of farming? And on the other side, though, we have a lot of lockdown potential with the Cho, with the Akai, with the Saber. It's like everyone can lock down Fanny if Fanny makes a bad decision.
Yeah, in terms of hero composition, the team OR or like Obs Ravens, like they're pretty solid. But for the OG side, yeah, they're like balanced because they have the mage, they have the assassin, they have the tank, they have everything up to their pockets. Also, they have Fanny that can do mobility stuff, and it's up to OR on how can they stop that potential threat, which is Fanny. Okay, going to the predictions. For me, I'd go with OG.
I am definitely a big fan of the OG composition. Very balanced, like I said. Jawhead is a great way to initiate fights, as well as follow up with Fanny. Once Fanny tries to go in, Jawhead can use the ultimate to dive in faster instead of just walking towards that destination. Again, he can. It's one of the tanks that can catch up to Fanny's engagement speed, because Fanny can traverse like big distances in a short duration, and most tanks usually they're left lumbering following
Yeah.
Fanny.
This is the first time we're gonna see Lapu Lapu in this game.
Oh, yeah.
In this day also. What do you think the impact that can Lapu Lapu can do at this game?
To be honest, Lapu Lapu, I think they kind of mispicked. I not a mispick. Like they kind of lost there onto the rotations. They might have been better off if they just opted for someone who's stronger as a damager. Lapu Lapu is great as a warrior, but I would classify him as a warrior tank, not really like a warrior full-on
Yes,
damager.
indeed.
So that's something that I'm thinking Obs Raven might have an issue with as this game goes further into the game. The damage, they might lack damage. That's the
Oh
biggest.
wow! Look at that
there you
first
go.
blood at Fanny killing Saber right there.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna predict that this game won't be that short, like a 10 minutes or like 12 minutes game. I think this is gonna be like more than 15 minutes, I guess.
Yeah,
'Cause
because-
it looks like based on the hero composition though.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually a good point, and these are teams that know how each other plays. So mostly this is gonna be like a chess match where
Yeah.
someone's predicting this way, and you know.
One wrong move indeed, and now let's see what will happen. Ake and Cho trying to kill out that Fanny, but it's not enough. But meanwhile, here in the backside, that Cyclops with its very tight situation.
Oh!
That Jawhead pulled that, and Kagra kills one. But as you can see, Fanny just utilizing her mobility right here to stay out of the battle, and I think Obs Gaming will go head to head here
Yeah.
at the bottom lane, just trying to hide on the shadows. But Aka is right there. What will happen? 4 versus 1 situation that Fanny just destroying that Akai.
Yeah, Zapno do doing wonders on this Fanny, taking up so much attention from Obs Raven in the first fight, and then just following up so beautifully on that three-man gank by OG. And now because of that, they do get the turtle, more money in their pockets for OG.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. Look at that 3-0 plus more than. It was like 3,000 gold lead for Obs Gaming, Obs Raven. Yes, they